Hey guys, welcome back to the Art House. We got a big update this week from Sorcery TCG, so I wanted to cover that. I'm switching the monitors and the cameras. We're playing around a little bit, but I'm going to show on the website from the Kickstarter page the announcement that came out from Erik's Curiosa. I think Erik wrote this up. You could see at the top here, it was released on January 15th. And it was posted in the Discord and then also on the Kickstarter campaign website. And then we'll talk about the big weekend that we just had, some other exciting announcements. But I wanted to kind of just go through the announcement, kind of share some of my thoughts on what's going on here. I think it was generally overall positive, some exciting developments. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. So card printing. We are at 100%, 370,000 sheets. Packaging material printed 100%. Cards cut 96%. Booster packs assembled and sealed 13%. All right, so very far along in production. A lot of the cards have been printed. It sounds like they're in sheets, they're being cut, they're being packaged, and then they'll go to ShipQuest, which is the distribution partner that will ultimately deliver it to the Kickstarter backers. And if you click here, there's a living roadmap that gives a lot more detail on the number of cards, actually all the different various products from the Kickstarter and the various stages of completeness or how far along they are. All right, so the pre-constructed decks, and you get some beautiful images here. You see the packaging for the 4 elemental decks here on the left, and then they have this, they call it a sorcery proprietary logo or seal on the outer of the packaging of the wrap there. So we had 30 boxes from final production express freighted to the office, and the quality is great. The boxes have a black inside, and the cardboard is sturdier and more precisely folded. The box has our branded plastic wrap. All right, we added a small piece of foam inside the inner box of the elemental boxes to provide extra protection and prevent the cards from rattling during transport. So what that means, and Erik clarified that in these boxes that you see here, each of the 4 elemental decks, there's a foam insert in there to make sure that the packaging is snug. This is one of the examples of the meticulous attention to detail. Make sure the pack opening experience feels very polished and clean. And then I think right here is where they're going to put that bonus pack that they announced in the last update to kind of fill out this box. So it should be a nice fit, sturdy cardboard. They got the plastic wrap with the logo on there. Everything looks great. All right, so moving on to booster boxes and cards. All of the normal cards and foil cards have been printed and are in the queue to be cut and packaged. All right, so they're all in sheets. They need to be cut. They need to be put into the packs and then the booster boxes. The booster packaging has been fully printed, and we have taken measures to ensure that the booster pack sits slim and tight around the cards and is of thickness that feels good. All right, so again, a lot of attention to detail, making sure everything feels polished and professional. There were some notes here about the COVID lockdown. Due to the recent challenges caused by the COVID lockdown and an outbreak in China and production winding down for the Chinese New Year holiday, which is now going on for 2 weeks. Production of the booster box is progressing well. We are optimistic that production will pick up pace once our production partner returns from the holiday. All right, and there's been positive indications with the pandemic that things are starting to improve. So they expect that to continue seamlessly after the holiday concludes here. All right, the cards from the pledge back have been printed and are currently being prepared for cutting. The packaging itself has also been printed and will be assembled as soon as the cards are ready. So here you have the pledge packs, and in those pledge packs, if you go to the main Kickstarter page, you can see what the contents of those are. There's several starter packs or promo cards that were inserted in there for all of the backers. So all the backers, I think regardless of what you pledged, will get this as part of your kits. And then some of the higher end pledge tiers actually had multiple of these packs. And the artwork on the front is one of the traditional paintings done by artist Liz Danforth. So that's a really beautiful artwork. Looks really great on the pack. And then you see it has the Kickstarter logo there to kind of show provenance. All right, sample packs. Now, this was a cool update. We did not know that this was coming. When we saw the silver packs before opened a couple times on YouTube channels or in images that Erik shared, they were just unmarked silver packs here. So here we have a development, and it says, we added a custom void sticker to the sample packs to make them easy to identify, specifically sorcery packs. These packs have been packaged and will be sent to ShipQuest distribution centers next week. All right, so the packaging is done. These sample cards are printed. I don't think there's any more sample or test print cards being produced anymore. Erik put the logo on all of these, or whoever their production partner is that did that, I'm not sure. But this void sticker is very important because before they were just simply generic unmarked packs, right? So there's no way to authenticate what might be in there. This helps provide some level of protection that you know it has a sorcerer hand on there, and you know that the provenance is from the Kickstarter once again. So that's a nice touch and appreciated. Goes on to say that sample packs for Sorcerer early bird collectors and Avatar of the Realm backers, right? So the early bird, there's 100 of those, one pack per person or per pledge, so that's 100 packs. Collector tier was 24. They get 4 packs each, so that's 96 packs from the collector tier. And then the Avatar of the Realm backers, there were only 4 people that could pledge at the Avatar of Realm level, and each of those get 12 of these packs shown here. So in aggregate, that totals to 244 packs. I'm just tremendously good at math, and I just came up with that on a whim. All right, 244, remember that. All right, binders and playmats. Both the binders and playmats have been shipped out from the factories and are on their way to ShipQuest distribution centers. These shipments will serve as a valuable learning experience for navigating customs and import procedures, which will allow us to ensure smooth delivery for our upcoming pre-con and booster box shipments. All right, so good. They're leaning forward. They're shipping the binders and playmats because they're done, and then that will help them understand how the customs and import procedures will work. So that'll go smoothly once they start shipping, boxes in bulk, many boxes, 29,000 boxes in total, and kind of understand how that process is, how much time it takes, and make sure that goes smoothly so they can fulfill as quickly as possible, I imagine. All right, so an update on the team here. We're pleased to welcome Sean Goodison to the Sorcery team, a seasoned veteran of the game industry. He'll help with both game and graphic design, and will jump straight into helping with the beta edition and future expansions for Sorcery. All right, great. So they got a new addition to the team. Alpha is pretty much in the bag, essentially complete. They're just going through logistics, and Sean here is going to focus on beta and future expansions. So on to the next, right? So beta is very important. I think they want to get that out quickly to reach the mass market. So we have this core Kickstarter market, and I want to say there was like 6,000 some backers, 6,000 and change, let's call it. Now they need to get, that's tiny, 29,000 boxes, that is quite a bit for an upstart project, undeniably, but 6,000, that's sizable probably for a brand new game, sure. But in today's industry, I think that's a great start, but now they want to grow and expand through beta, and then, we'll ramp up until the Arthurian Legends release, hopefully later this year in 2023. We don't have a perfect sense of the timeline for alpha, nor beta, nor Arthurian Legends per se at the moment. But I know the intent, I think, for beta was roughly 8 to 12 weeks after alpha. So they're leaning forward. They're getting that squared away. I'm sure they'll learn from the logistics of alpha release and then be better postured to expand to the other distribution partners, also yet to be announced, on how we can access the beta product. All right, production going forward. I'm going to, one thing on the address change. Actually, there's an interesting point here, and this might give us a little indication of where they are in terms of fulfillment timing. So it says, as a reminder, our current schedule indicates that shipping addresses will be locked at the end of February. All right, so that would indicate to me, I think, if I'm interpreting this correctly, that they will not ship until March. I don't know how they ship without locking the addresses. Because I don't think they'll do it incrementally and piecemeal. I think they'll get that all squared away. I'm presuming, I don't have any inside insight, but I'm assuming that means that they're going to start shipping no earlier than March. And the timeline kind of indicates that, if they got like a 2-week stoppage or slowdown due to the Chinese New Year holiday, and then they have to resume and get those sheets cut, get the cards packed into packs and then booster boxes, and then get them off to their ShipQuest logistics fulfillment distribution partner. That would probably indicate, several more weeks of that cycle, probably through the month of February, I would guess. For 2 years into the Chinese New Year holiday, I don't know if that ends on late January or first week of February, let's call it, and then you have like a few more weeks of work to do for the cutting, packaging, shipping out to ShipQuest, and then shipping to us. So again, I'm assuming sometime in March at the earliest, and maybe it'll be the latter part of March might be reasonable to expect. But again, I don't have any perfect insight. I'm just speculating a bit. But there it is in a nutshell, guys. I mean, the production is pretty much done. Alpha's pretty much done. It looks like they have some logistics to work out in the final stages of fulfillment. But the design team, from what it sounds like, is squarely focused on beta. And actually, I should also mention the Tabletop Simulator League. You should go check out this link for Ira's League. There's a bunch of guys and gals, playing on Tabletop Simulator in this league. And there's some cool prize support where you can earn some packs from the Alpha product. So yeah, things are moving far along. They're almost ready to the final stages of logistical fulfillment, which is fantastic. And hopefully we're still on track for the latter part of Q1, which would be by the end of March. So we're getting close. We're already in mid-January. This might not be too far off, a couple months, right? All right, so I wanted to go and talk about our big week and weekend in Sorcery. And what I'm going to do is go to the Sorcery Contested Realm fan page and marketplace. So this is a group that I run. And for some of you guys that aren't on Facebook, this will give you like a preview of what it looks like in the group here and what it's like day to day. All right, so first and foremost, 1,300. Let's just click it. Show you behind the curtain. 1,319 members. So that's really great. It's grown fast. I think that's really fantastic before release. Hopefully we'll have a big boon after release and we'll grow much larger. But that's a great start. It's a fast start. And what excites me as much as anything else is that almost all of the sorcery artists are in this group, and they're very gracious. They chime in. They like the post. They're really into the game. They're very excited about it, and it's just an honor to be able to engage with them and work. I work with many of them directly and help them with their art sales and other products and projects they do. All right, so here, let's show a few. We got Matthias Frisk, Marta Molina, Tony Sudlow. It's cool how they come to the front here for some reason. Elvira Palakowska, Lindsay Crumet, Severin Pinois, Kyle Calazans, Drew Tucker, Vincent Pompetti. All right, and then here's Gadu Duaso. We got Elvira Shakirova, Brian Smith, Francesca Berald, the great and legendary Melissa Benson, the great and legendary Jeff Menges, and the King of the Realm. All right, so and then you have Alan Pollock and Jeff Easley, and I'm forgetting several, I'm sure. Like I say, almost all of the 30-plus artists are in the group. And actually, Ed Beard Jr. just joined us, who just got commissioned for Sorcery. So that's fantastic, and we're excited to have Ed. But I kind of wanted to scroll down, show you, like I've been posting every single day on here for over a year since, I want to say this was established in January of last year. So, kill my alarm. So it's been like over a year, a lot of exciting activity, just going on down through. Let me show you some of the events from the weekend, right? So I posted about the update. I always share the updates here for those folks that aren't in Discord or don't visit the Kickstarter page regularly. So we had a big auction for the mixed tarot card. This is the first mixed card that I believe has been pulled publicly from the sample packs. So that was a big auction, sold for $2,000, a unique relic, so extremely rare card. Relics are super powerful. This card is just really iconic looking, super rare because it's a unique in sample pack form, and in the mainstream alpha too. It's going to be rare. So really exciting card, great artwork from Elvira. So going on down, we had a reveal. So I did a live event. Let me blow this up. So I did a live event with Elvira Shakirova on Saturday. It was phenomenal. She was fantastic, awesome person, great personality, great sense of humor. She really shined. I was just along for the ride. So thank you to Elvira for that. She gave us some wonderful insights about the process and development of almost all of her alpha paintings. We went for like a good hour and a half, and she provided a lot of great insight. And we had this amazing reveal of the Sir Tristan Knight artwork that she did for Arthurian Legends. So what Erik? So thank you to Erik for allowing me to reveal that. That was super generous. Elvira and I were super excited and we're not expecting that. But yeah, we really appreciate that. It was a lot of fun. She actually, if you go and watch the live stream, she actually held it up to the camera so you can see the actual painting, which is really amazing. Some people have asked, will this gilding around the card be part of the card? Yeah, that's a fundamental piece of the composition. So she did this, by hand, obviously, traditional painting here. So she did all this by hand. It has like a special gold metallic type paint, so it really shimmers. And I actually posted a little video today in the altars and artist proof group that I run on Facebook, and in my Patreon that shows her card that was the inspiration for this. But anyway, there'll be a series of these cards, these knights that Elvira did, and this is going to be like a special chase card insert in the Arthurian Legends set. And Erik is going to use some printing techniques. It'll be kind of like cold foil print, the way he described it to me, with some of this gold gilding. And maybe, I'm not sure, maybe some of the other elements of the gilding. I'm sure, Erik's a fantastic, brilliant art director, so I'm sure him and his team will make that look absolutely sensational and try to mirror the painting as best as possible. But when she held up the painting, I mean, when you catch it in the right light, it really shimmers with the paint she uses here. It's super intricate and ornate and elegant, and just a super classic looking card. These are going to be super popular and exciting for Arthurian Legends, so I can't wait to see the rest of these. I think she did about 10 pieces in total, I want to say, roughly, is the rumor on the street. She's not able to say. She said a few. But I've talked to a lot of the artists, and like on average, I think a lot of them got like 5 to 10. The way Elvira described Alpha is that she was commissioned to do 5 paintings at a time. So hopefully we'll see several of these in the set, and that is just an amazing artwork, just really incredible. All right, so the day before that, we did an auction for Elvira's last painting from Alpha. This is the Dream Quest. Great picture of Elvira here, showing it off. She's like, yeah, I did that. Now, she's very humble, but yeah, that's what I would say. I'd be like, yeah, I did that. I wish I could do that, but she did this. This is a painting, traditional painting that she did, and it's the very last that she sold, and it's a unique, and it has a tutor effect, so it's a super powerful card in the game, and it sold for $6,800 plus $200 shipping, so $7,000. Really successful, fantastic auction, great for Elvira. It's really going to help her out, and great for the guy who won this auction too. It's another fantastic piece for his collection, and really amazing, and I'm glad that went off successfully. So here you have the stream of here's me talking with Elvira, looking great. Talked for an hour and a half, answered a lot of questions. Her work's amazing. It was great hearing the insights of the stories of how Erik asked her for certain concepts, and she just used her imagination to come up with these brilliant artworks. So that was super fun. We had an announcement from Ed Beard Jr. joining the project, and now, so about Ed joining, here he is at the easel doing his he's an incredible artist. I've been talking back and forth a lot with Ed, trying to set up a phone call with him. I joined his Patreon immediately once I found out that he was part of the project. There's my uncle talking about the bills. Ed he reached out. He was like, hey, I talked to Erik. We got this big project coming up. And part of that is he's going to be documenting on camera for his Patreon the process of these 10 commissions he's doing for the mini set, and it's based on this Dragon Lord character that he came up with, and he talked about this in the Patreon. I mean, that Patreon is invaluable. I was on there for over 2.5 hours last night, and actually I'm late to it right now. It started 15 minutes ago, the part 2 in that series, and he's literally there sketching the artwork for this game, and then I think we'll get to see the painting later, but he's working through these sketches, and then he paints. And I asked him a ton of questions. He's super gracious, answered all of them. Great guy. So I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but for next steps on this, I want to respect that content is exclusive to his Patreon. So I'm trying to set up a phone call with Ed this week to really understand the boundaries of what I can share. See if he might be interested in coming on the channel and having a conversation about this project that he's working on. As much as he's able to say that Erik's allowed, Erik's not fully revealing what this mini set is or how it'll work into their release cycle and whatnot. But Ed can at least talk about the concept, because from what I understand, Erik is allowing him the creative freedom to come up with these 10 pieces in the vision of this story and this lore that he created. And Ed was talking last night about how this is the first time he's fully committed this to writing. He has pieces of it and conversations and emails and things, but he's going to tell this story through the artwork of Sorcery. And he has a friend that's a writer, hopefully I got this right, that's going to help him write the story of the Dragon Lord and these other pieces. So it's super exciting. I mean, his dragons are unbelievable. He has this van with all these paintings all around it, and super pumped to see how this turns out. And I'll be watching all his live streams as best I can. All right, so more to come on that. Like I say, I want to be careful about what I can share and respect the boundaries of his Patreon. And probably best thing, if I could get him on the channel, that'd be amazing. I'd love to have him on to do a live event, just have like a open interview discussion, let him tell his story and his background so we can get to know him, and welcome some questions from the community, have a Q&A. All right, so what do we got? A 20-minute video, typical protocol. So I guess that's all I have for today, guys. I just wanted to run through the update. I know people don't always see the Kickstarter page or the Discord, so sometimes these videos help. I like to provide some of my perspective for what it's worth, and just talk about the exciting things going on. But here you go. You got a sneak peek of what's going on in the fan page and marketplace. And then let me see if I can navigate the old interwebs and show you groups that I manage, okay? So we have the Sorcery... There's the Buffalo Bills stream. I'm a big Bills fan. The Sorcery Contested Realm fan page and marketplace. You got the SCR Art Market. It's another group I run. The Contested Realms, SCR Sorcery Contested Realm Artist Proofs and Altars, and then my Collector Art House Discord, which is less active. I really invest a lot more time into the sorcery-centric Facebook pages. So we got those. We have they're all fairly active. I mean, I'm most active in the fan page and marketplace every single day. Trying to grow the other groups, because after release, I want to kind of segment the offerings by people's interests. So there'll be a place you can go for artist proofs and altars, a place you can go for the art market for original paintings, sketches, special commissions. I got several original paintings coming through to auction very soon, at least 4, and eventually more than that in the near term. And then there'll be some repaints from one of the prominent artists from Alpha, and some new painting concepts that will be offered through auction on the website here, and maybe some wrinkles with sample cards too, something exciting there. But there's sample card auctions around the clock every day. I typically run them marathon style every single day, and then when I get paintings in, far and few between because they're pretty scarce nowadays, I try to feature those prominently on the weekend and really build up and feature the artists and really showcase and spotlight them like I did with Elvira all week. And I think that's really great to get the word out on these artists. We cherish and love their artwork, and it's really exciting to learn about their stories and how they came up with these art concepts. All right, so I'll wrap it up and leave it there, guys. Please like and subscribe and share the video, and be sure to check all of the links to all these platforms that I mentioned. And thank you for your interest in tuning in. All right, take care, everybody. Until next time, stay healthy.